today. Okay, it is a very important topic, especially for spiritual seekers. Okay, so I want to confirm that audio is working fine because we have had these issues before. Okay, um, so let me first wait for the comment, but I will give you an introduction for this video. Okay, hopefully this is getting recorded because my phone is useless phone. Okay, I should throw this away, but I'm using this phone because I don't have any other phone. Okay, I don't know, because I don't want to repeat myself. I just want to make sure that my voice is audible. That is the problem with my phone. Okay, I cannot ensure anything. Okay, because there has been a lot of complaints about people are not able to comment, people are not able to see some. Yeah, they have lot of okay, two people are watching, just give me one comment. Okay, I just want to ensure that you are able to hear me properly. Can you hear me? Because this is a very important topic and this is related to spirituality, and this is also related to my experience. After seeing some comments, some recent comments, yes, okay, thank you very much, so you can hear me. Okay, I have been thank you. I have been getting a lot of comments saying that, especially recently in the last 8 years, okay, I've been doing my blog, I have been writing blog articles, books and everything. But for the last few weeks, in fact, for the last few days, I keep getting commented saying that you are not awakened, you are not enlightened. And I can understand this, okay, because first of all, I can tell you one thing about my behavior, okay. The biggest strength that I have is honesty, okay. I can be very honest about everything. Again, I don't. It is not that I don't lie at all, okay. But honesty is my strength. Strength. People have told me that before, okay. In fact, it could be my weakness as well, okay. So you can trust me, okay. You can trust me when I say this. Yeah, I've been getting a lot of comments saying that you're not enlightened, you're not awake, and people gave me different reasons. I was curious, when one guy commented, okay, I know that you are not spiritually enlightened. First of all, I hate that word, okay, spiritually the when I if you notice, the title of the video is the truth about my enlightenment, and my is in single quotes, right? Because enlightenment is a very fancy word, okay. um, Whenever I wrote anything about enlightenment, I focus on my own experience. And I can, first of all, I'll give you a disclaimer, okay. I will never ever get offended when somebody says that I'm not enlightened. And I don't even have an urge to prove it, okay. But there is one thing that happened to me in 2014, okay, which is this. After 2014, I am not the same person. And just to give you more understanding, I felt the same way in 2003. Okay, I think, I don't remember the exact year, but it is there in my book. Okay, it is there in my article. Okay, even in 2003, I felt the same thing. I'm not the same person again. But what happened in 2014? I think this is the right way to put it. Okay, something happened in 2014. Okay, to me, and that something really changed everything. Okay, in my, first of all, in my experience, if I have to define what happened to me in one word, it is non-duality. If you tell me that I'm not enlightened, I will agree to it because I don't know what that word means. Okay, maybe, if you're having a very high standards, for example, saintliness. Okay, being, kind, loving all the time, not being angry. Some people even have higher standards about enlightenment. Okay, that is exactly why I don't use the word enlightenment. Even in my book, even in my first book about the truth about spiritual enlightenment, instead of using the word enlightenment, if you notice, I have used the word liberation. Okay, because liberation is very very specific. Enlightenment, the word is very very vague, right? And of course, I felt liberated a lot in 2014, and still now I'm tasting that liberation. That is a luxury that many people do not have. Okay, Because when I'm talking about this, please understand this, okay? I am being very very specific and very very accurate, and I'm using the words very very carefully. Liberation is a word that I like so much because what happened in 2014 liberated me, okay, from many different things that I had, many different problems that a lot of people even have till date. Okay, people who are not exposed to spirituality, people who are living a life, a routine life, and even people who are searching for enlightenment. For example, if you're seeking enlightenment, that means you are not yet liberated simply because the search for enlightenment is binding you, okay? It is stopping you from having the liberty, okay? Because you are searching for something, and you know very well until you find what you are searching for, you are not liberated, okay? So the feeling of liberation is very very special feeling, which I have had since 2014, okay? That is one thing. I felt liberated a lot, okay? But one thing is, I am not liberated from this body yet. That is why we have a distinction between Jivan Mukti and Dehatma Mukti. Please understand, the word Mukti means liberation. Okay, it doesn't mean enlightenment. It means liberation, and liberation is a key word. Whenever you want to understand something, you need to understand, first of all, you need to define that word. Okay, for example, enlightenment doesn't really mean much. I am enlightened about English language. I am enlightened about cancer. You can be enlightened about anything. So, spiritual enlightenment is not a very specific word. It can mean anything. Okay, it can mean anything. For example, if you have never read Ramayana or Mahabharata, and somehow you read Ramayana and Mahabharata after that, okay, and you feel some kind of clarity because of the deep spiritual thoughts that are discussed in some portions of Mahabharata and Ramayana. For example, Bhagavad Gita. Okay, and there are some portions. Okay, so where the discussion goes on about the inquiry of dharma. So you can say, okay, after reading Ramayana and Mahabharata, I feel enlightened about spirituality. So the enlightenment is the worst possible word. It can confuse a lot of people. Okay, but liberation is much more specific, and I will come to a word which is the best word, okay, to describe what I went through in 2014. And I will give you any kind of explanation, okay, because a lot of people, because when I think about my own journey, okay, I know that first of all, I don't have to prove anything to people, okay, and I don't feel offended when somebody says you are not awakened, you know. And the comment that I saw in today's morning, he said, okay, he was very serious, okay, after reading the comment that after watching one of my videos. He said, okay, I was very very careful. I was watching the video and everything. He's also reading my book, by the way. He also mentioned that, okay, the comment was like this, okay. After watching this video, I observed a lot of things. It clearly means you're not enlightened, and that did not make me laugh. Okay, he after a very long comment, he said something like this. I hope this opened your eyes, and I really I was like, what is this guy talking about? I am not claiming anything extraordinary. Okay, first, yes, I feel a lot liberated uh, because of the experience that I had in 2014. That is one thing. Okay, that is one thing. The next, I'm actually going to talk about something very important the next. Okay, but let us first talk about liberation. The Sanskrit word for liberation. Okay, there are two different Sanskrit words. One is mukti and moksha. Okay, and when it comes to mukti or moksha, there are two different words. One is jivan mukti, and the other is videha mukti. Jivan mukti is the experience of liberation that you get while you are living. Videha Mukti is the experience of liberation that you experience when you are no longer living, when your body is dead. Okay. I have never experienced Videha Mukti because I am alive right now, right? I'm not dead, okay? But I have experienced Jivan Mukti. So I can tell you one thing: I am liberated. I have attained this so-called mukti, and I am living in Jivan Mukti. That is one thing. Okay. The second thing is this non-duality. That is my most favorite word. Okay. You can tell me whatever you want. You can read some books. You can watch some videos and tell me, okay, you are not awakened because one day one guy. Because all these things are making me laugh. Okay, so you are coming to these conclusions based upon my behavior, right? Based upon my emotions, based upon my I have been doing a lot of things lately, right? So you know who I am. First of all, I will tell you one more thing. Okay, when I was a seeker. Okay, there is a different comment here. David Manava, I just want to know if it is yours. Can you please clarify this comment? I don't understand this. Okay, but naturally I forgot forgot what I was saying. I just got a new comment. What I was talking about? What was the last thing that I was talking about again? I was talking about uh, liberation, and I was talking about Advaita, non-duality. Yes. When it comes to this, okay, I documented certain things. In fact, there is an article in my blog, okay, which is Life After Awakening. I documented certain things which are very, very unique. I have never read it in any spiritual book, but it is my experience. So, like, I will tell you one thing, okay, until until there are a lot of milestones in spiritual journey. Until you reach a certain milestone in your spiritual journey, everything will make some sense because everything is documented in all these spiritual books. But once you go beyond that milestone, you won't get any help at all because nothing that you experience beyond that milestone is documented in any kind of spiritual books. Even I can't explain that very clearly, but I am trying. Okay, I am trying because of a lot of convenience that I have, because I am born in a modern era where we have internet, where we can do a lot of research. That convenience was not available for Ramana Maharishi. Even Osho did not have that convenience. Okay, yeah, Jagi Vasudev does have it, but he is a, I mean, it is a different topic. I want to talk a lot about Jagi Vasudev. Okay, so yeah, I'm still waiting for David Manowa to clarify your comment. Okay, when you when you are commenting, I like David Manowa very much because of his scientific temper. Okay, okay. Al Mazid Dajjal is asking something. What is the benefit of spiritual experience? For me, liberation is freedom from all forms of temptations and fears. Well, that is your standard of liberation. And I also have, I also wish that is exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, that is exactly what I'm talking about. UG Krishnamurti said exactly this. Okay, you're saying that liberation is freedom from all forms of temptation, fears. That is why we have two kinds of liberation: a liberation that you can have when you are living, and a liberation that you can have when you are dead. After you are dead, you can have liberation from all temptation fears. It is not possible to have a liberation from all kinds of temptations and fears before your death, because somehow it is not as worse as people who are not attained Jivan Mukta, but somehow these emotions, these temptations, these fears will play a role in your life, because without that there cannot be any biological existence, that there will be no survival instinct. What is fear? Do you think fear is bad? It is not. Fear is there because nature has given fear to you, because fear will help you to protect yourself. If you don't feel fear at all, then it means that you're going to meet a disaster. Watch the birds. Birds are living a wonderful life. Okay, they can fly everywhere. Okay, they can build nests, they feed their young ones, and they can fly. No other kind of animals have this luxury. Okay, they can fly, they can easily escape from the predators very easily. But still, you will see something when you look at the birds, you will observe one thing: birds are very, very scared. Okay, you can never catch a bird because It has an instinct, okay? It will fly away before you get a thought of catching it, okay? Even if you look at it for a few seconds, it will think, okay, this guy is thinking about eating me. I should soon fly away. And this bird is often compared with liberation, because liberation, it means, you're just flying, you're going up. That is exactly why in my first book, The Truth About Spiritual Enlightenment, the cover is about a bird. I had this idea, but initially I had a different cover. It was Santata Gamana the who understood the purpose of my. I had an idea when I designed the cover of the book. I designed it myself. But my cover was very, very bad because I'm not a good designer. Second, I don't have a very good resources. But when I contacted Santata Gamana, when he read my book, he told me this is a very incredible book. Santata Gamana has revealed his identity. The only thing is I'm not communicating with him these days because I am totally into a different thing, okay? But he is a very excellent writer, and I'm pretty sure that he has awakened, okay? Because he knows me very well. He has even linked my comment, okay? Linked my blog, okay? He has given a link to my blog in his article, okay? Santata Gamana. I'm getting a lot of questions. First, let me finish this. Okay, what I'm trying to tell. Okay, hold on. Don't be so ரொம்ப உணர்ச்சிசப்படாதீங்க. Hold on. Okay, I will address your comments. Yeah, bird. Okay, you are talking about fear, right? So, bird is a symbol of liberation. That is exactly why I have the picture of a bird, flying bird, in my uh, in the cover of my book, right? But still, birds are very, very scared because they have survival instinct, and only because of that they are surviving. Okay, if they do not have the survival instinct, they will be a very easy target for predators. Okay, so please understand, fear is very, very necessary. Okay, then again, temptation. If I keep delicious food in front of you, will you get tempted? If I tell you, okay, I am giving you a vacation offer, okay, you can visit a wonderful place tomorrow, will you get tempted? If I tell you, okay, there is a movie, okay, a very interesting movie that you should watch, okay, it is very interesting movie, it is a super hit movie. If you go to the movie and if you sit there for 3 hours, you will forget everything, you will enjoy the movie completely. If I say this, will you get tempted? I hope your answer is yes, because that is very natural. And after you experience this, if I ask you, was it worth it? What will you say? You will say it will completely worth it. Okay, and as long as the temptation meets, I mean, I got a call already. Think about this. Okay, சொல்லுங்க bro. சொல்லுங்க. இல்லை அந்த இதுக்கு தான் கூப்பிட்டுருந்தேன். அதாவது அதான் இதுக்கு தான், அதாவது மூணு மூணு ரூம் புக் பண்ணிடுறீங்களா இன்னைக்கு 9? சரி, ஓகே, அதுக்கு தான் கேட்டேன். ஒரு இதுக்கு ஒரு ஒரு ரூமுக்கு மட்டும் ஆதார் கார்டு அனுப்பிச்சிருக்கீங்க நீங்கள், எனக்கு நேம் தெரியல. அப்படியா? சரி, ஓகே, நான் நாளைக்கு பார்த்துட்டு இப்போ பண்ணிக்கலாம். இதெல்லாம் இதில் பிஎம்எஸில் அப்டேட் பண்ணணும், அதுதான் டைரியில் நோட் பண்ணோம். சரி, ஓகே ப்ரோ, நாளைக்கு ஏதாவது டவுட்டாக நாளைக்கு கால் பண்ணுறேன். ஓகேவா? ஓகே, பை. So what was he talking about? First of all, let me, before I see the comments, I don't want to get distracted because I think I was, yeah, temptation. Okay, so uh, I hope you remember what I just told you. Okay, so when it comes to all these things, you will get temptations. Okay, you will get temptation. Okay, but does that temptation lead you to something good or bad? Okay, temptation is not bad. Fear is not bad. Fear helps you. Temptation helps you. There is another side to it. Okay, there is another side to everything. You are getting tempted because nature has given you the temptation. Okay, to seek something which is positive. Nature has given you fear to avoid something negative. Do you understand this? Or you fall, because I really, really want to make sure. Okay, I'm not an idiot. Okay, but sometimes I may appear crazy. I have written a lot. I have written a lot of articles. I've got a lot of support from many people. It cannot happen to some kind of random guy unless somebody has achieved something. Not even an achievement, unless somebody has seen something. Okay, I am a seer. Okay, I don't want to use any fancy words. I'm living in non-duality, which I know for sure. Okay, no matter how much you argue, you can read a lot of scripture because people who are arguing, again, it is not that I don't have to, it is not that I have to give an explanation for this, but sometimes I feel responsible because people are trusting me, and if these people will get confused when somebody comes and says, okay, and this guy, I was reading the comment, and I hope this opened your eyes, and I was like, what? Does this guy even know what I'm going through, what kind of life I'm living? Do you know I don't have anything? Do you know I just have food, shelter, and clothes? My clothes are very limited. My things. If I'm asked to pack up, I don't have much to pack up. Everything, all the property that I have, all the property that I own, will fit in one bag. Okay, one single bag. That's it. That is all I have. Okay, including my clothes and food. I have lived as a beggar, okay? I have my experience. So I will find some way to eat. But am I looking peaceful right now? I'm happy. I am. That is exactly what this that is the whole point of it, okay? Don't worry about my emotions. People can be angry. Okay, people can there can be, even UG Krishnamurti said that, okay, everybody has to have certain things for survival. One guy said, okay, I was very curious. He said, you are clearly not enlightened. Okay, why? I just simply asked why. Because if you're enlightened, you will accept everything. I think I addressed this topic, okay. Thing is, you can accept everything, but it doesn't mean that you should show your acceptance to the outside world, okay. For example, your boss is treating you very badly. Okay, you're working under a boss. He is treating you in a very unfair way. You're not feeling offended, you're not feeling bad because of it, but you know one thing: if you do not act, your boss will continue to do the same thing, right? You have to show your unacceptance in some way to survive in the practical world. And there is a story that was told by Ramakrishna Paramahamsa regarding this. See, I still remember that you have there are a lot of emails that you have asked, okay, but I want to address. There is a story, okay, by Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, but I will do one thing, okay. I will narrate the story after I address the comments because I want to also take care of all these comments. So I think I already spoke about this. What is the benefit of spiritual experience? For me, liberation is freedom from all forms of temptations and fears. I think already addressed this. Okay, so liberation is very very important because liberation is a beautiful word. Okay, in fact, it tells you exactly what it can offer to you. When it comes to spiritual experience, okay, just think about the words like enlightenment, liberation, spiritual experience, and non duality. What do those words mean and what do they convey to you? Okay, experience is an experience which can come and go, right? Liberation is liberation, it is like getting out of a cage. Non duality is very, very specific and it is a very tricky topic. I hope you have some idea. I don't want to go into it, okay? And this other thing, okay, give me a second, okay? So I hope you can understand the difference between all these words. Okay, I really wanted to make this video because I want to clarify certain things. I'm not an idiot. Okay, என்னை பார்த்து பைத்தியக்கார புண்ட மாதிரி தெரியுதா உங்களுக்கு? It is not like that. Okay, it makes me laugh. Okay, but let me go ahead with the. But why should a realized person protect himself? If he's liberated, why live? That is a good question. That is a good question actually. We, not even the first question. If he is liberated, why live? Life is to deplete vasanas, right? Well, The answer is given in Advaita Vedanta. The problem is there are a lot of gurus, including Osho, who misled you. Okay, I like Osho very much, but still, his his talks were misleading to some extent. Okay, there is something called prarabdha karma, and prarabdha karma may sound like a very religious word. I am not blindly believing about prarabdha karma. Okay, first of all, do you know something called karma? Uh, Karma has multiple meanings, but for me, karma is like, like whatever you do, it has some consequences. Okay, that is karma. I don't really want to go very deep because I only have limited time. Maybe I will take care of this. I have explained the first of all. Okay, I'll tell you one thing. Okay, read my first book and read my first book, The Truth About Spiritual Enlightenment, whenever you have any question, okay, again and again. For example, if it has been 2 years after reading my first book, read it again because I have answered these questions in my first book. That is why I am surprised, okay? So, yes, your question is right. If he is liberated, why live? I think I clarified these things already. And again, I brought up this new topic called Prarabdha Karma. It is because of Prarabdha Karma, the remaining Prarabdha Karma, that an enlightened person is living. And I even got the same concept from the Buddhist religion. And I think I am the first person who discovered this. It is called as Vipaka Vijnana. Read my first book. It is there, okay? David Manova, I sent an email to you. I didn't get any reply. To which email address did you send it to? boris83@gmail.com? I don't know. Okay. David Manova, my comments are getting deleted, bro. Honestly speaking, I did not delete your comments. Okay. I don't delete comments at all. Okay. I don't delete any comments unless it is the same person as, like, I won't delete comments. I will just hide the user if the user is problematic. Everybody, faces these situations, right? But I don't delete comments usually. So I think, there could be some technical issues, I think. I have been following you from lockdown. Really? Okay. Since to 2020. I know you are onto something. Never had a chance to engage in a genuine conversation with you. See, I will tell you one thing, okay? Um, I will never forget if you contacted me through the blog, okay? Because I don't know which email address you sent the email through. There is one email address that I have listed in my YouTube channel, but that is not the email address that I usually use, okay? I rarely check that, okay? The email address that I use every day is boris83@gmail.com. I think I told you about it, right? Okay. Ask your questions, but just give me 2 minutes break, okay? I just want to go to the restroom, okay? I'll be back in a minute. Okay, thank you. Ah, entra. This is right. Okay, I don't have any new comments. So, um, yes. So I will get back to the original topic of this video. Okay, I was talking about the fact that many people are questioning about what I went through. Okay, it was just the connection just went down. Okay, I just got an idea. Okay, I just wanted to say something to you, but I just forgot. Okay, this has been happening again and again. Honestly, I'm very sorry about it. Okay, but I will tell you one thing. Okay, I have a policy in my life. To be honest, again, I will clarify this. To be honest is different from being Harichandra. I'm not saying that I would not lie at all. I will lie whenever it is convenient to me. Okay. For example, somebody is asking for money, right? A random person is coming, okay? I lost my purse. And if you suspect something wrong, if you believe that this guy is asking for money, not because of the reason he is stating, but because that is his job, okay? I'm just giving you one example. I might lie and say that I don't have money because I can't keep helping everybody who asks for money, right? I'm not Arichandra, but I'm very, very honest. And yeah, now I remember what I wanted to say. Okay, Bankai, what do you think on marriage and children as an enlightened person? Is there any point or desire for this? Okay, two things. Okay, first, there is a drive from biology. Okay, and biology is very, very powerful. Nature is very, very powerful. It has given a very powerful instinct, which is sexual desire. Do you know why we all have sexual desire? Because it is this desire which drives procreation. It is this desire, the sexual desire, which actually helps nature to multiply species, okay? That is exactly why the sexual desire is very, very powerful, and that is exactly why it is so rewarding too. And I already told you, okay, the survival instincts are very, very powerful, whether it is fear. Fear is a survival instinct because nature has given fear to protect you. That is why you have fear. But in the modern world, because of all the psychological issues we have, we overdo it, okay? We fear for unnecessary reasons. But basically, fear is a gift, okay? Fear is a gift, okay? That is exactly why I gave you the example of birds. Birds are the happiest creatures and they never get caught, okay? You can, only humans will catch them, okay? All other predators, okay? Because birds can freely fly in the sky. But if you observe birds, you will see that one instinct is very, very powerful in birds, which is fear instinct. Just like that, sex is a very powerful instinct. It can exist in humans even after spiritual enlightenment. That is exactly why you always discover this one thing, okay? They believe that, for example, I will give you one extraordinary example, okay? It is Ramesh Balsekar. Do you know who is Ramesh Balsekar? Wow. சொல்லுங்கண்ணா. சொல்லுங்க. வெக்கேட் பண்ண நான் காலைல உங்களுக்கு கால் பண்ணுறேன் சரிங்களா? நான் ஃப்ரீயாக இருக்கும்போது கால் பண்ணுறேன். நீங்கள் இந்த 10ஆம் நம்பர் ரூம் சொல்கிறேன். ஓகே ஓகேங்களா? ஓகே 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 ஓகேண்ணா, ஒரு பிரச்சனை இல்லை. ஓகேண்ணா. ஓகே. If you've been watching this video for the last 34 minutes, you will know what question that I'm going to ask right now. What was I talking about just now? I think this should give you a proof that I am not really affected about what is going on. I don't really hold any emotions. Immediately I forget things, okay? So, marriage and children, right? So, what I was talking about was that these instincts are very, very powerful, okay? So, they will never ever leave you, okay? They will never leave you. UG Krishnamurti was very, very honest regarding this. I think one person, that I can appreciate a lot because of his honesty. Okay, because everybody has their weakness. Even if you because when it comes to people like Osho and Ramana Maharishi, they already know that they have some kind of influence on people. Even if they have some weakness, it is for good reasons. Okay, I'm not putting them down. Okay, they are excellent people, but the usual things that human beings do, for example, hiding their own weaknesses or justifying their actions, this is so, as far as I have observed, all these things are present even in all these people, including Ramana Maharshi, including, in fact, Osho. I like Osho very much, but at the same time, I can never ever say that Osho is perfect, and even he would not say it. That is very important. Okay, why is Advaita Vedanta truer than Buddhism? Is there really a self? Did I ever say that Advaita Vedanta is truer than Buddhism? I don't understand your question, because if you have been following me content, if you have read my comments, then I don't even know Ramesh Balsekar as the last. Okay, Ramesh Balsekar. Okay, I was talking about. Okay, I don't want to go into the details, but you just try and research and find out what happened. There is some kind of controversy regarding Ramesh Balsekar, but I like him very much. He is a very old guy, by the way. You look up. I mean, he helped me a lot in my spiritual journey. Okay, and Jiddu Krishnamurti. Forget about him. Osho. Okay, when it comes to women, everybody has their own story. Okay, everybody has their own, because women, okay, is something that a man needs, biologically speaking. But as I said, the thing is, like, what I went through and what I discovered in my life is so unbelievable. It doesn't fall into the traditionally held beliefs. Okay, if you trust me. That is the only thing that I can tell you. Okay, I don't have any need to prove what I went through in 2014. Okay, there is nothing. Okay, yes, in fact, I had a lot of difficulties. It is not like, in fact, I even understand the comments when somebody says you're not awakened, you're not enlightened. I mean, I'm still this one comment. Okay, he was, I think he was I think he thought something like, what I thought in those days. Okay, he's trying to expose me, like, after saying all these things, I did not laugh until that point. Okay, he said, okay, because these comments are normal. They will say, okay, I don't think that you're enlightened. That is okay, but then no, after all these things, he mentioned one line. Okay, I hope this opened your eyes. And I was like, what this guy is talking about. Okay, okay, a new comment. Advaita Vedanta believes that there is a self, Brahman, but Buddhism doesn't believe that there is a self. It is contradictory. Did you read my book? It is not contradictory. Okay, don't refer to Wikipedia. Okay, don't check Wikipedia. Don't check any modern articles. Did you read my book or not? It's okay. Let me ask you this question. Okay, who, what kind of evidence do you have to say that Buddhism does not believe that there is a self? That is the first question. Second, of course, Buddha did not use the word self because self is an English language. I'm asking you this question. Okay, what word did Buddha use for self? Okay, self is an English language. You said that Buddha said that there is no self, right? லைட்டர் இருக்கு, கொடுத்துட்றீங்களா உடனே? நமக்கு தேவைப்படும். ஓகே, ஒன்றும் பிரச்சனை இல்லை. இந்தாங்க. So, yeah, Santosh Bhupalan has made a comment. The problem is people perceiving spiritual enlightenment as something special. You are right, okay? It is very, very ordinary. As I mentioned in one of my previous videos, it is about chopping wood and carrying water, right? So, you got a point. See, I still want to ask this question to Al Masik Dajjal, okay? You told me that Buddhism doesn't believe that there is a self. Please prove me, okay? And please answer me this question. What word did anatta, okay, anatta, non self, okay? Now, okay, The answer is correct. Okay, anatha. Okay, it doesn't mean not self. Okay, you just the word anatha comes from Anatha Lakshana Sutta. Okay, Anatha Lakshana Sutta is so Anatha Lakshana Sutta is actually a sutta in Pali language. Go ahead and read the translation. Tell me what you think about Anatha Lakkhana Sutta. Okay, it is called as Anatha. You got the first word correct. Okay, Lakkhana Sutta. Okay, go ahead and read cat because lot of people who are researching who had no idea about spirituality concluded that Buddha said that there is no self. Atman is I mean, first of all, okay, Anatha is the Pali word for Anatma. Okay, Anatma is the opposite of the word Atma. Okay, Atman. Okay, the question is, do you exist or not? Can you deny your own existence? Can you say that you do not exist? Just think about this and give me a comment. Okay, and the answer is there in my first book. I have already answered this. Okay, I am totally surprised when people are coming up with questions which has been addressed in my first book. So there is a new comment. I understand about sexual desires, but I want to know your thoughts on marriage and having children, specifically as an enlightened person. I don't have enough privacy right now, but I will still answer your questions. Okay. See, there is something called practical reality. Okay. In practical reality, if you go to a restaurant, for example, okay, you go to a restaurant and just have a food in restaurant. Okay. If you come as a single, okay, you might not get much respect. Okay. Let us say that you're coming as a single person, or even if you're coming as a friend. Okay, but there is a family that is sitting next to you. Okay, two kids, husband and wife. The person who is serving food will focus on that family because that is exactly what is, when it comes to the society. Okay, there are things which are more important than others. Okay, let us say that you are driving a bike. Okay, two males are driving a bike. A policeman can very easily stop you and ask you, do you have license? Are you drunk? But if you're driving with your wife, a policeman will not ask you unless there is a reason that, like it is very rare for a for policeman to stop a family. Okay, so do you understand this? In practical world, family matters. If you go to your relative's house alone, you might not get much respect, but go with your wife, there will be a difference. So practically speaking, everything matters, right? So especially in this world, okay, being practical is very very important. What is your view on having children, like, or for it, against it? Why are you even asking this question? I don't understand. Okay, okay, the next question I'm asking from the point of view of as a human being, that there is so much suffering, so is it worth it to have a child or from him to suffer again? Just think about your question one more. Just think about your question again. Okay, think about it again. Okay, first of all, two things. Okay, your question has some kind of sense. Okay, why should we beget children? Because we are already suffering. First of all, சொல்லுங்க ப்ரோ. ஹலோ, சொல்லுங்க. என்னைக்கு வேணும்னா என்ன டேட்டுக்கு? ஜூன் 17 வரீங்களா? எத்தனை பேர் வரீங்க? ஃபேமிலிங்களா எல்லாமே? பேச்சுலர்ஸ் மட்டுமா? ஓகே, ரூம்ஸ் இருக்கும், ஒன்றும் பிரச்சனை இல்லை. நீங்கள் வந்து 9 பேர் ஒரே ரூமில் தங்குற மாதிரி, அதாவது ஒரு ரூம்னா 3 ரூம் இருக்கும் மொத்தம், சரிங்களா? அதில் ஒரு ஹாலு 2 பெட்ரூம் மாதிரி இருக்கும். 4000 மேக்ஸிமம் ரேட்டு 4000 நாங்கள் சொல்கிறோம். ஆனால் நான் ஓனரை கேட்டு சொல்கிறேன் கம்மி பண்ண முடியுமா அப்படின்ட்டு. ஒன்றும் பிரச்சனை இல்லை. 335 கூட கொடுக்கலாம், 3500 கொடுக்கலாம், ஒன்றும் பிரச்சனை இல்லை. 7 பேர் தான் சொன்னீங்க, 7 பேர் தானே சொன்னீங்க? 9 பேர் இருக்காங்களா? ஆ, அப்படிங்களா? சரி, ஓகே, ஒன்றும் பிரச்சனை இல்லை. 3500, 4000, 3500 அந்த அந்த ரேஞ்சில் வரும், சரிங்களா? நான் கன்ஃபார்ம் பண்ணி சொல்கிறேன். இந்த புக்கிங் வேறு ஏதாவது இருக்கான்னு எனக்கு தெரியல. நான் வந்து நீங்கள் மெசேஜ் அனுப்ப நான் கன்ஃபார்ம் பண்ணி ஒரு காலில் சொல்லட்டுமா உங்களுக்கு? ஒரு 9 o'clock மெசேஜ் அனுப்புங்க, சரிங்களா? எத்தனை மெம்பர்ஸ்னு அனுப்புங்க, டேட். அனுப்புகிறேன், ஒன்றும் பிரச்சனை இல்லை. அனுப்புகிறேன். ஓகேண்ணா, ஓகே, தேங்க்யூ. Okay, what I was about to say was this, okay? You're asking from the point of view that of as a human there is so much suffering. So is it worth it to have a child and for him to suffer again? Okay, your question is, first of all, as I told you, nature is very, very powerful. Second is, wife is much more powerful than that, okay? Even if you decide to not have children, your wife will have to have children, okay? So children are fun, okay? They, they are, without, just think about the sweetest things about children and kids, okay? Having kids, okay? So, like, there are emotions and there are things that we like, okay? Children are very, very cute. Just look at a newborn child. See how cute it looks. You will forget all the suffering of humanity when you look at the child. And when you observe the child, she or she is crawling, trying to stand up and trying to speak, okay? There is a lot of fun, right? How can you miss it? How can you really miss it? That is a part of the human experience, right? So yes, a lot of things which are human experience are very, very painful. For example, childbirth is very painful, right? You were born because your mother was going through a very horrible pain when she gave birth to you. But that pain was rewarding, right? Somehow she was happy to see you as a child. And it applies to everybody, including all the famous people, okay? They were all born because of the pain that was endured by their mother, right? So if all these feelings and emotions are lost, then what is the point in even living? If there is pleasure, there will be pain, okay? You cannot really have pleasure without pain. So that is my point, and I think that it is time to end my video. But if you have any more comments, just let me know, okay? I'm here, okay? If there is anything, if you can ask me any question that will make me to stay in this video, I will stay, okay? Otherwise I will close it. But I believe you paid attention to the entire video, whoever is watching right now, okay? You ask, what is the point of living? I say, do we have a choice? Okay, first of all, I don't understand. Did I say that? Did I ask what is the point of living? I mean, did you take anything out of context? I don't think so. Okay, maybe, yeah, maybe. I did not ask what is the point of living. Okay, maybe I asked in a different context. Okay, unless I listen to the whole video myself, I wouldn't be sure. But I say, do we have a choice but to continue living? Okay, I'm really sorry. I don't really understand your question. Okay, you should clarify it a little bit. When did I say that there is a? When did I ask that what is the point of living? I mean, you have to let me in the context, okay? Because I would have asked that question in a different context, and maybe you misunderstood me. Have you ever used crystals or gemstones for healing or other stuff, like they use in? I have tried everything. They are they are usually they are bullshit. Okay, unless it is not much, but we have these. Which country are you from, by the way, Bankai? What is your country? Because in India it is very very common. Okay, it is not exactly like crystals or gemstones. Okay, we have lots and lots of weird beliefs and everything. Okay, so you name it. Are you from India, by the way? Because if you're, because I don't think you are an Indian. I can tell you based on this question. Okay, you're from India. Which state of India are you from? Wow, I made a terrible mistake, man. I lighted the wrong side of the cigarette. Okay, that was useless right now. I don't really like smoking that cigarette anymore. Okay, India, but which state? Jharkhand. Okay. Have you used? You can you can name it. I have used everything. I have tried everything. Okay, since you're an Indian, you know very well. Okay, I have tried everything, and that is a huge topic, right? Because lot of people. First of all, I will tell you. Okay, even if there is something genuine. Okay, I am telling you, by this time it is destroyed. It is true even with astrology, because I have a feeling that astrology has some truth to it, but we don't have LSD. What is LSD? What is the last comment from Santosh Bhupalan? I Please clarify your question, okay? The last question that Santosh Bhupalan asked was, I know what LSD is, by the way. I mean, are you talking about the same LSD or something different? I don't know. What is the point of living? Okay, before you, okay, LSD psychedelics. I mean, please, uh, make the question complete. Okay, what is that you're asking? When it comes to LSD, first of all, I have never tried it. Yeah, have you tried? I have never tried it. I have never had that opportunity. In fact, I would love to try all these psychedelics just to see, because I'm very very curious. But I have never tried them. Never. I would love to. And if I have tried them, I would admit it. In fact, I would have made a video already. You know about me, right? I have never tried it. I have never accessed it. I don't even know how to get it in the first place. Does this satisfy you? Okay, I believe that I'm still I'm still I can still wait. Okay, but I believe the purpose of this video is served, because the purpose of this video, do you remember the title of this video, right? It is about a lot of people lately. They are. I'm really going to actually make this video. I think I have a feeling that I perfectly handled it. Okay, I hope so. But again, I'm challenging you. If you think that I did not finish, man, I did not finish, because this is not a topic about gemstones and crystals and everything. Okay, that is not exactly what I wanted to talk about. Maybe I will talk about it in another video. Okay, this video not is not for it. Okay, can you please tell me the title of this video? What is the title of this video? Tell me. Come on, man. In Kunnur and hill stations, magic. It is not. I don't think it is available in Kirkuk. First of all, I have never tried magic mushrooms. Okay, I have heard about it. To my knowledge, it is available in Kodaikanal, but I love to try it, but I have not tried it. Your experience with spiritual awakening. I think I already spoke about this, right? What exactly do you want to know about my experience with spiritual awakening? You need to be very, very specific because that is exactly what I've been talking about in the last 8 years, right? So please be very, very specific. I decided to make this video today because of all these comments that I was getting lately. It was like, did you watch this women? This is the title, okay? Did you watch this video from the beginning to end? See, the thing is, I cannot, give you an audio version of my book. If you have read my, I'm assuming, I I started this video assuming that most of my followers are familiar with my content. Okay, the problem with talking about anything is this. Okay, I've been speaking, I've been making YouTube videos and making blog posts and writing books for several years, right? For the last 8 years, I cannot repeat everything. Okay, I have already written an article about my spiritual awakening and whatever I went through. You can, it is available for free. Okay, you can access it. It is called Journey of Speaker. I'm sorry, Journey of a Seeker. Okay, so auto drivers know about shrooms. I am not in a position to go and try it. I know about it already. Okay, even in 2014, people told me about it. Okay, but there is one specific place where I should go to, and yeah, people might know about shrooms. Shall I be very honest? When you talk about all these substances, okay, because one person asked about LSD, another person is asking about magic mushrooms. First of all, I don't even know whether I don't even know what you are thinking in your mind. Maybe you think that I have tried all these stuff. I have never tried this stuff, but I have tried cannabis. Okay, that is the only thing that I have tried. It is not exactly defined. I mean, it is not exactly a psychedelic stuff, but it is close to it. Okay, and I know that cannabis is magical. I have tried it and I have used it for a long time, but I have never tried LSD. In fact, I would love to do it. Okay, maybe it'll give me another breakthrough or another something, because you never know what these things can do. Okay, but again, it is very dangerous to talk about this in public. Okay, give me a 2 minutes break. I'll be back. Okay, I'll be back soon. And what is the time right now? Oh my God, it is getting late already. I have to have my dinner also, as well. there is a guy called RK. It is a new comment. He says hi. So hi RK. See, yeah, I'm going to continue on in this live session for the next 10 minutes. Okay. So if you have any questions in the next 10 minutes, right now the time is 9:12. Okay. Because do you have any favorite Tamil writers? I'm not really reading any kind of Tamil article